Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. I just wrapped up filming with Charlie Ingram and the Fishing University over in Wabasha, Minnesota, where we got to do some fishing on Pool 4, showcase some of the largemouth and smallmouth that section of the Mississippi has to offer. But one of the cool things about that show is that they like to showcase the local areas. So not only do we do some fishing, in this case on the Mississippi River, but they also went into Wabasha and showcased some of the different things that the community has to offer. And while they were doing some filming for that, I went and hit up one of the local tackle shops to see if I could find some local lures that are made in the Wabasha, Minnesota area. So I was pleasantly surprised, guys. There was a bunch of cool stuff. I hit up a local tackle shop called River Valley Outfitters. Very nice shop, very cool people that run the shop. And I was pleasantly surprised to see how many different local lures they had to offer. So, we're going to do local lures Wabasha, Minnesota episode. And some of these are really cool. You know, the Mississippi River, in my opinion, is the start of the swim jig craze. If you come to fish the Mississippi River, you got to have some swim jigs. And let me tell you, they had a huge selection at River Valley Outfitters of various swim jigs, a lot of them local made. And not only that, they had a huge selection of core tackle products, which really surprised me as well. So, big shout out to them for supporting small and local tackle companies. So, I want to kind of showcase some of these different jigs and different baits that they had there. And I think you might find that they are pretty cool. I mean, uh, there's some unique jigs here, and I'm excited to try them myself. So let's just start with some of the different things that I saw. There was a company there. They had a whole display of these guys. They're called Buu Baits, and all of these are made in the Minnesota and Wisconsin area along the Mississippi River for the most part. But Buu Baits, there's a website called bukubaits.com. And when I first saw them, I thought they were just basic jigs. But then what I found is that they're swing head. These are like swing head swim jigs. Uh, Let me take this one out of the package for you so that we can see it specifically. But when I started looking at them, what I quickly found out was that these are made to be like a weedless swim jig. So they actually have an EWG hook on the bait, as you can see, but it's a swinging connection point. So it's like a pivot point with a swim jig, and from that standpoint, you could rig any of your favorite soft plastics as your trailer. It'll be completely weedless. There is no weed guard, as you can see here, but it's a swinging swim jig. So I thought that was pretty cool. They had a bunch of different colors to showcase. So I picked up a couple that I thought would be good for smallmouth, as well as a good spring largemouth color. Both of these are not your standard swim jig colors. So I was kind of excited to see that. I would like to give that a try to see how it moves. One tip I would have for you, I would treat this like a swing head jig. When you slide your soft plastic up, I would not slide it all the way up over the connection point. I would make sure that the plastic stays below the hook eye. And from that standpoint, it'll swing freely. If you want to make it a little stiffer and rigid, you could slide the plastic all the way up over that connection point. But a nicely made bait, pretty cool, unique, something you don't see all over the place. And definitely going to give it a try. I can see how that could be a beneficial bait to throw on the slop and thick cover that the Mississippi River has to offer. So that's Buu Baits, pretty cool jigs. Another cool one that I saw, this is Kariji Sakana Tackle Company. So I know they work with my buddy Patch Slapper, who's over on the Elite Series. The cool thing with this, I had never seen this before, and I'm excited to use it. This is called the Mississippi Swim Jig. And the neat thing here is the hook angle and the head design completely different on that. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do. You know, when I read the back, so if you can see that the hook eye actually looks like it slightly points down, and there's kind of a different typical swim jig head design. Now, when I read the back, what it states is that this is the most aggressively designed tournament grade weedless structure free jig on the market. It's designed for tournament fishermen by tournament fishermen. The Mississippi Swim Jig's unique keel angle combined with a reverse hook eye turned slightly downward creates the perfect swagger with side to side straight swimming action. Engineered for thick weeds and heavy wooded structure. It's a very, very much a different design with that hook eye actually pointing downward. I'm gonna be curious to see if it adds some motion to the jig, if there's some side to side wobble like they talk about. I haven't seen anything like it before. I'm gonna give it a try. I haven't tried it, so I don't know if it works, but when I saw it, I was like, I gotta pick up a couple. So I picked up a couple of those to fish around. And then they had a couple others that I just want to point out that are well known local swim jigs. These are kind of your standard bullet head design. This is Super K jigs. They're made on the Wisconsin side of the river. They've been around for a while. A couple of cool colors. You know, that's one thing that I love about your smaller jig manufacturers. They have really good custom colors. You know, they generally uh, are handmade, and they can, from that standpoint, they can add two strands of one color if they want, versus larger mass produced jigs don't necessarily have that luxury. But these are high quality jigs. They're made with really good stout mustad hooks. They're hand tied, which is again something that you find with the smaller companies quite a bit, but they just have a really good selection of colors. These have been proven swim jigs in the area. And then I thought I'd pick up a couple of these. These are similar style. Now, again, these are your bullet head design swim jigs. Pretty cool, custom hand-tied jigs again. Now, these are made by a river angler over there. It's called Muddy River Jigs. They're custom made for River Valley Outfitters, which is that bait shop. So Chris Brantner, who is a very good river angler, he's been around fishing for a long time. Uh, makes these for River Valley Outfitters specifically as part of the Muddy River Jigs. You know, the colors when I looked at these were excellent. They look like they're just great overall jigs. Again, with the bullet head design, which is what I love to use. And ultimately, you're talking swim jigs. It's a bait that's near and dear to my heart. Just excellent baits. And, you know, if you're looking to pick up some of these to support these companies, I would definitely do that. The other product that I want to point out as well, this is one that I did actually a while back when I did a local lures lacrosse, Wisconsin episode. It was a couple of years ago when we were there. Uh, I went to, I think it was the Ace Hardware, which has a really good tackle selection. I picked up some of the liquid Willow Cat baits. Now, these are supposedly made with liquid Willow Cat. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, if they grind them up or not. Supposed to be excellent walleye baits, but I can tell you they catch a lot of smallmouth as well. There's a lot of guys in our area that use these for smallmouth, and they had the best selection of liquid Willow Cat baits I've ever seen. It's only the second place I've ever seen them, but they had a huge selection of them. So they had a bunch of the different variations of it. Like these right here are just the, I think it's actually the Willow Cat is what they call them. They got a big paddle tail, kind of a, I don't know, a little bit of a goby style look. See if I can get a pack open without ripping them. I think I'm going to have to rip the top off. So I'm not going to open those, but they got a leech design as well. You can't see them in here, but they're really good leeches. I bought these, but another one that I saw that was really cool are the, I don't know, doesn't say what they are. Recommendation, the liquid Willow Cat. Put a name on here so we know what they're called exactly. But these are like tiny little, I don't know. They're just tiny little grub style baits. I'll open one up so we can see them. I could just see working these on a little drop shot, or working these on a little, you know, little shaky head type head, or a little Ned head. Just a cool little bait. I haven't seen these before. I thought I'd pick up a couple of packs, so I got some pink ones and some white ones. They're just really unique. And again, I don't know exactly when they say they're made with Willow Cat. I don't know if they grind them up and put them in there or it's a scent they put them on. I went to the website liquidwillowcat.com. They have a whole bunch of different products. Says that they'll actually custom make colors for you. So if there's specific ones you're looking for, but I can assure you the leeches and the Willow Cat designs work extremely well on drop shots. It's something the fish haven't seen before and just have a really good undulating movement in it. But I was really impressed to see the local lures that were carried by the River Valley Outfitters. I think it's always so cool to go into tackle shops and see a lot of locally made baits versus a lot of the bigger mass produced companies. Just think it gives a good variety. And a lot of times it's those smaller companies that kind of have a better pulse on what is actually working in that area. And in the case of the Mississippi River, from I'm going to say pretty much from pools 14 all the way north, a swim jig is one of your best friends. Largemouth, smallmouth catches everything. You can throw it everywhere on wing dams, in grass, through lily pads, on laydowns, on cut banks, sand drops. They work pretty much everywhere. So it was not a surprise to see that there were a lot of different types of swim jigs there, but it was just cool to see a bunch of local brands being carried by the tackle shop. So if you're in Wabasha, make sure you stop by there. They had a great tackle selection. And I got to tell you guys, the fishing was pretty good. So check out the episode. I'll give you a heads up when Fishing University airs. Like I said, I think it's going to be in February. It's on the Outdoor Channel, CBS Sports. You'll be able to see me fishing with Charlie Ingram on Pool 4. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Local Lures. It was a fun one to shoot. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll have a new video coming out tomorrow.